choosing hope, day by day. As I bring this sharing of my journey towards its close, the word that stays with me, the one I consciously try to carry into each new day, is hope. It's a word I thought I understood before all this, but my experience has reshaped it, given it a new weight, a new texture. It's not the easy, bright-eyed hope of someone who hasn't known deep adversity. For me now, hope isn't a passive feeling that just shows up. It's an active verb, something I've learned I need to do, to practice, especially on the days when it feels furthest away. I remember so many mornings, particularly in the earlier stages of recovery, when waking up felt heavy, when the first thoughts were of the challenges still ahead, the lingering fears, the uncertainties. It would have been so easy then to just pull the covers up and surrender to a gray, listless day. And some days, honestly, that felt like exactly what I wanted to do. But then, a small, quiet voice inside, sometimes barely a whisper, would remind me of how far I'd come, of the love that surrounded me, of the simple fact that I was still here, breathing. And in that moment, the choice would present itself. Do I listen to the weariness, or do I make a deliberate effort to find a spark, however small? Choosing hope, for me, started to look like those tiny, conscious efforts. It meant, some days, simply forcing myself to get out of bed and open the curtains, literally letting in the light. It meant finding one small thing to be grateful for, the taste of my morning coffee, a message from a friend, the ability to walk a little further than the week before. This wasn't about pretending the difficulties weren't real. It was about actively seeking out and holding on to the good that also existed, right alongside the hardship. I found that gratitude, even for the most basic things, became a powerful anchor for hope. It was like tending a small, fragile flame, protecting it from the wind. The purpose I found in writing this book, in sharing my story, became another vital way I practiced hope. There were many times when revisiting painful memories felt incredibly difficult, when the thought of putting my vulnerability out into the world was daunting. But then I'd remember why I started, that feeling of wanting to reach out, to let even one other person know they weren't alone in their own struggle. That why was bigger than my own discomfort. Pouring my thoughts and feelings onto these pages, trying to make sense of it all, became an act of hope in itself. Hope that my experience could offer some comfort or connection. Hope that something meaningful could emerge from so much difficulty. Living with the ongoing reality of scans, and the knowledge that life is unpredictable, as I talked about when dealing with worries, also reshaped my understanding of hope. It isn't about expecting a future free of challenges. For me, it's more about trusting in my ability, and the ability of those I love, to navigate whatever comes, drawing on the resilience we've already discovered. It's about focusing on the present moment, on living as richly and authentically as I can today, as I described earlier, rather than letting anxieties about an unknown tomorrow steal the preciousness of now. This isn't always easy. Fear still whispers. But hope, for me, is the louder voice that says yes. The future is unknown, but so is your strength. Focus on today. So what message do I want to leave with you as you read these final words of my story so far? It's not a set of instructions or easy answers, because I know every journey is unique. But it's this. Even in the midst of the deepest fear, the most overwhelming pain, or the most profound uncertainty, the choice to seek hope, to cultivate it, is always there. It might be a tiny seed, but it's incredibly powerful. It's in the small acts of kindness we show ourselves and others. It's in the courage to take one more breath, one more step. It's in the connections we nurture. For me, it's in the ongoing effort to live with an open heart, to learn from the past but not be imprisoned by it, and to face each new day with the intention to find the good, however small. This journey isn't truly over for me. In many ways, it's a new beginning, a life lived with a different kind of awareness. My greatest wish is that by sharing my path, you might feel a little less alone on yours, and perhaps find a spark of that same stubborn, life-affirming hope to carry with you, day by day. A final reflection. Sharing my story in these pages has been a profound act of excavation and healing for me. It was like revisiting the landscape of a storm, not to relive the fear, but to map the paths I found through it, and to mark the places where light eventually broke. If this journey into my inner world, facilitated by the ability to articulate and share these thoughts, has offered even a moment of recognition, a flicker of companionship, or a seed of hope to you, then its deepest purpose has been fulfilled. The road continues for all of us, with its own unique turns. But my hope is that we can walk it with more awareness of the preciousness of each day, more gratitude for the connections that sustain us, and a stubborn, quiet belief in our own resilience and our capacity for hope. May you always find the strength to choose that hope. And know, truly know, you are never walking alone. Thank you for allowing me to share my path with you. And so, our journey together comes to a close, but the path itself continues. This story was never just about a tumor or a treatment. It was about the incredible, often hidden strength of the human spirit. It was about the profound power of connection and the quiet courage it takes to face the unknown. My deepest wish is that by sharing my path, you have found a piece of your own story within it, that you feel a little less alone and a little more certain of the incredible strength that lies within you. The storm will pass, the sun will rise, and you have everything you need to navigate the journey. Thank you for walking this path with me.